welcome back to another episode with me, Adam, at Team Seekers Motorworks, and this episode is all about Smudge, the M3, which is what I'm currently driving right now. So we're just going to go out and see if it drives as worse as it looks, which you'll soon find out it does. So we got low speeds, can't really do, pulling away, it's pretty difficult. We've got prop shafts which are slapping around all over the place. The CV joint on the back's damaged and the centre prop bearing's damaged, so both of those we've got in stock. Drive shafts, one of them someone's replaced with one as thin as a bloody pencil. It's obviously incorrect one, so we've got a pair of those second-hand ones which I've got to rebuild. And then the diff bushes, the front diff bush is really badly worn, so the diff slaps about. So yeah, low speed's pretty crap. It actually drives, the quicker you go, the better it drives. It's really weird. I have nicknamed this one Smudge, mainly because the SMG box, low speeds, it gets all confused. It's slow as hell to change gear. You get halfway around a roundabout, it hits a fake neutral, which is so irritating. But yeah, you get out quick in it, and it loves the gear change. And it's not so aggressive with all the transmission backlash or drivetrain backlash. So yeah, we'll just get out, have a couple of shots, and then get back to the unit and crack on with some work. One thing I do like about this SMG box, I mean obviously paddle shift, race car, love it, but when you slightly hover over the accelerator pedal and then press down, I love the little auto blip it does. It's perfect, but we just need to sort out what the hell is going wrong with the low revs, changing gear. Miles per gallon is a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and a lot better than what people told me in the past. And that, I mean, if you drive it stupid, you're going to get stupidly low numbers. But I mean, if you drive it sensibly, it turns over like 30 to 31 miles per gallon at about 70ish. Obviously, sticking within the speed limit on cruise control, which it's all right actually. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's an M3, so it's really hard to drive it sensibly, but it is such a fun car, and for a big girl it does move well. You feel that backlash when changing gear. Every gear change is like a punch from the back, and there's nothing coming from the grip. Can't believe I just drove all that way and I didn't even press the sport button. So I've just pressed it. It is the first car I think I've ever owned where pressing the sport button actually does something sporty. Instantly feel the accelerator sharpen up. I know it's fly-by-wire on this, but yeah, straight away. I mean, gear shifts, I don't know if it has any relevance to it, but I will do some research into that and find out just what the sport button does. But yeah, it does sharpen a lot of things up. So now back on the road again. now back at the workshop. It has actually been just over a week since I filmed the first bit of this video, which I was really happy and jolly driving Smudge around, but Smudge's back end is now up in the air, and the time that it's been since the start of this, I've been looking over the back of it, going through everything on it and just trying to work out whether it's cost effective or even worth my time to put into it, which has given me the biggest headache, and I haven't done anything to it because of it. So currently got Smudge, which has everything on it is just fucked, and then I've got my M3 rolling shell above it, which is a really nice shell, but it needs a lot of work to reshell that one into that one. And then I've also got the S50 compact, so just trying to work out what my best solution is to this problem. So I'm thinking about breaking Smudge, harvesting it out for parts, breaking the one above it, sell all of that, get some money back in, and then go buy a decent M3, and then also keep the S50 from this one and stick it into the compact, because that S50 has to come back out anyway to have the conrod bearings done and the ARP bolts done, and also needs a little bit of welding on the front end, and the ABS and a few other things. So trying to work out the best solution with these two and that one. So it is going to be a tricky one to decide, and I can't do it overnight, and it's just stressing me right out. So I am thinking S54 in the compact, flat out, fast build. So that is going to be an awesome car to drive, and then get some money back on these two and go buy a decent one. So that is my options. I will show you now all the problems, and it is not nice. So prepared you for it. Let's go take a look. So here we go, double stack of shit M3s. We'll start with Smudge. I will show you that one quickly, and then we'll take a look at the compact as well. So first things first, let's open up this boot. First problem, someone has butchered the floor pan. I spoke to the previous owner of it, and they said that there's problems with the diff bolts or something on the subframe. So the best solution they come up with was cutting two massive holes out and not really doing any welding to put it all back in. So this floor pan is now shot, and then if we go underneath, it's not very nice. So would have been a lot easier on a ramp. Not sure how well you can see this, but that is just horrible. It goes, try to get the light on it, all the way up the floor, both sides, and it has just been packed solid with mastic. I mean, that is horrendous. And then not only that, I'll just balance this torch. We have got one knackered diff, which is, that's not very nice. We got another knackered sloppy drive shaft. We have, I'll get the lever bar, a diff that doesn't want to stay still. Whole thing is just bouncing around in its housing. I'll get a torch in there. See how much movement. Bearing in mind I'm levering on the front of the diff, look how much the back moves. So I don't really like any of that. A little bit of background story on this car. I actually welded this one up years ago and done all the subframe reinforcements, so this is why I'm a little bit more pissed off than most people normally would be, because I will put a picture up of what condition I left it in, and I spent hours making this perfect. You can just about see the reinforcement areas, which were perfect, and then for someone to go and butcher this floor pan is just heartbreaking. This is another reason why I think it's just stressing me out because the amount of time that I put into this for it all to be destroyed. Right, and then I knew there was some big problems with the prop shaft. Let's see if you can see how much. That prop shaft is absolutely shot. The centre prop bearing, and it also feels like the bolts come loose as well. So yeah, it's not very nice under here at all. There is a lot of work and a lot of money that needs to go into it. Obviously diff needs rebuilding, so there's like £1,000. Floor pan needs redoing. Everything needs redoing. And it is just not nice. Oh, so we'll get out of there. So that is only a fraction of Smudge's problems. Obviously, the bodywork still needs doing. So the bonnet is knackered, the roof needs painting, the door's dented and needs respraying on the top edge of it. The front wing's rusty. It's developed a misfire intermittently. Yeah, and then not only that, the whole rear end, I believe, has been in a shunt before because there's evidence of grinding marks and welding spots on behind the lights as well. So is it really worth doing? The interior is completely shot as well, so it needs a lot of money spent on it. So before people comment that it's criminal to break an M3, yes, I agree with it, but that's why I've got that one above me, which is also someone's broken it and I tried to save it, and it's just, how much money do you spend on them? So we'll have a look at the other one and then look at the compact. It's really annoying because even though they're in a crap state, they still look good car. It's just such an annoying one, this one. And then this is the other M3 shell, which is good. Slightly crusty subframe, but that's just typical E46 bits. The floor pan on this one is nice. There's a little bit of surface corrosion over there, but if I was to keep the shell, I would reinforce it anyway, so the whole floor pan would get done and be made immaculate. There's still quite a lot of bits on this car. I haven't really shown you this one. I will put a picture up of this one because I did take one when it was outside. But bodywork wise, it is really good. Non-sunroof model as well, so that is worth keeping. I mean, I'd never scrap both of these anyway. I would literally just strip them down to a shell and sell the shells on so someone else can rebuild them. But yeah, we got interior on this one. It's just old, worn. Driver's seat's completely ripped anyway, and it's grey. It's not really my colour preference, but it does have a really nice engine, which would look really good in a compact. I'll show you the condition of the roof as well, but it's just gone too far past the lacquer, so that needs stripping right back and fully painting as well. Interior wise, it's just worn, old, and not very well loved. And the seat's all ripped as well. Everything's just tired. And obviously we've got damaged bonnet where the bonnet flipped up on the previous owners. Both corners are knackered. And just every panel is either scratched, dented, or need to respray. And now on to the compact. This is my Techno Violet 318 Ti M Sport. Whole front end of this I've got brand new, which is just being painted currently at the moment. So we got a full front end fresh rebuild to do on this one. This S50 is literally just loosely hung in there just so I can see what else I need to do. So the ABS pump, got to do something with that because it's too close. So I might actually just pull this engine out, stick the S54 in here, and just have an extremely fast compact. But then that means, what do we do with the S50? Now I'm thinking probably put it in something like an E30, as that would be an epic build as well. So I'm going to leave this one for probably a week or so before I finally make a final decision on it. It'll be really helpful or useful if you drop your suggestions in the comments. It'd be nice to know what your thoughts on the subject would be, or how you would go about it. Obviously, time and money are two things that I don't have a lot of, so trying to figure this one out is a tricky one. But yeah, full video coming up on this one soon, proper walk around. We'll get it out, give it a clean, put the trims and everything back on, get the different wheels back on it, and then yeah, make a start with either pulling the engine out or building it. When the car left me, I fully welded everything up properly and then welded in the reinforcement plates because it was in a bad state when the car came to me. There was like a centimetre cracked from the subframe area. But yeah, we went through the whole car, ended up doing a lot of hours unpaid for because it was just escalating too much. If you want to watch an S54 build E46 compact, then make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and stay tuned for an upcoming awesome build, which I am codenaming Project Misha for obvious reasons. I want to take it to the Nürburgring and let the guru himself take it around, see what he thinks. So yeah, flat out build upcoming. Sad news for Smudge, not really sure what to do with this one yet. But yeah, I think the days of the E46 M3 are over and I am moving on to better things. I've also got two other cars coming in the very near future, which is another reason why I don't want to spend too much time on these two, because I've got a spoiler alert, potential race series coming up. So I'm going to be starting a new journey for next year. So I'm just getting everything ready for that, and that is enough motivation to keep me going. So I'll see you on the next one.